I'm Andrew Bailey, here with Max Marco, Falcon Media Sports Director.
Yeah.
And we are hosting the Mount
Rushmore.
Rushmore.
Give them your title as well.
Oh, my title? I am the entertainment editor of the BG News.
Nice.
We are hosting the Mount Rushmore of podcast. So the basic concept behind this podcast is that we will take a dumb, unusual concept and create the Mount Rushmore for it. So the four poster children, the four faces of whatever category that we have. Today, we have liquids you should not drink.
This is the first episode.
This is the first episode, yes.
So, I mean, if it's a little rusty, by all means, don't...
This will not be rusty at all.
Oh, okay. All right. It's not going to be rusty.
No rust at all.
And I have to... My mouth is a little hot right now because just before we came in here to record, I ate a serrano pepper, and it's a little spicy.
Mm-hmm.
So it might affect the way I communicate.
I had one earlier, but I think I overcame the pain.
No, I'm saying, well, yeah, obviously, I'm saying right now. It happened 2 seconds ago, just now. I just ate this just now. But, all right, so how do you want to do this?
So I'm thinking, first I'll just go over my Mount Rushmore and quick reasoning behind each pick. Then you can do yours, and then give your reasoning behind each pick, and then we will work together to then create our own Mount Rushmore that we can both agree upon, given our both of our separate Mount Rushmores.
Okay. So just to be clear, these are liquids that you should not drink.
Yes.
And these are your top picks, your faces of the franchise, your poster children for liquids you should not drink. When you think of liquids that you should not drink, these are the four liquids that should come to mind almost instantaneously.
Yes. All right. So these are in no particular order. They're all equals here.
It's just four.
Just four. So first, I have salt water.
Salt water. Okay. Yeah, I can understand that. All right.
Yeah.
I think people do drink salt water from time to time.
Well, my reason...
Obviously, you shouldn't drink it.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, if you drink it, you'll dehydrate and die.
My reasoning behind this pick was, you hear a lot of stories about people being trapped out in the ocean, seen in movies, books, and all that. And they're surrounded by a vast ocean of a liquid.
Yeah.
You'd think that they could drink it, but they can't because it's salt water.
You can gargle it, and you'll still be hydrated.
Well, you're not ingesting it.
Fun fact, you can gargle salt water, and it will hydrate you.
Well, if I'm ever stranded at sea, I'll keep that in mind.
So I'm going to say right away that was a stupid pick. That was dumb. And you should be ashamed of yourself for putting that on your Mount Rushmore.
All right.
I can already tell that that's off the collaborative Mount Rushmore for this. So go ahead. Go on to the next one. Just see if you can save yourself after that.
We'll see. My next pick is urine.
Urine? Oh, people do drink their own urine, though.
They shouldn't, though.
Oh,
That's
okay.
disgusting.
All right. So you're saying Bear Grylls is not welcome?
Not only is Bear Grylls a phony, he's disgusting.
Okay. All right. I mean, I guess I don't mind that one. You know, in terms of just like cleanliness and not being disgusting. Yeah, you shouldn't probably drink your own urine or anybody else's urine for that matter.
Definitely not anyone else's urine.
I mean, they do that all the time on like Jackass and stuff.
Yeah, that's for a bit. This is for serious
okay,
discussion.
This is serious. Okay, yeah, serious. Yes, serious. Okay.
It doesn't matter if it's like that yellow liquid, like that yellow urine you get when you haven't had water in a few days.
Yeah.
Or if it's like that clear urine.
Yeah, almost indistinguishable from water besides the smell and how it's piping hot.
And the taste. So,
what does it taste like?
So my next pick here is my next pick would be blood.
Blood. Okay, yeah. This is the first one that has actually made sense.
Oh, okay. All right.
Shouldn't drink it.
Vampires don't exist.
People do drink it sometimes, I guess, but that's just weird.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you ever had water from a well, but it's got like that really irony taste to it.
Yeah, like it's got the metallic. I know what blood tastes like. It's got like a metallic kind of taste to it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because like you get like cut in your mouth or something like that. That's all you could taste for for a while is just that metallic-y blood flavor.
If you're curious about why I know the taste of blood, I used to collect vials of my own blood and keep them in my room, drink them when I was feeling a bit edgy as a youngster.
Fun story about that. My brother, for the longest time, would and apparently I just learned recently that this is actually a pretty common thing for people to do. He would collect bottles of his own urine in his room because he was too lazy to get up and go to the bathroom, and he would just pee in bottles and keep them all over his room. And I just thought that was incredibly strange. But then I was like watching some video on YouTube, and like somebody else had mentioned that, and then everybody in the comments was like, "Oh, he pees in bottles too, just like me." And I was like, "What? Why would you just not get up to go to the bathroom?"
That seems like a recipe for disaster. Like I'm the kind of guy who walk in my room, pick up the first bottle I see, take a swig, just not thinking about it.
That was not the problem. I was maybe thinking like, oh, I accidentally get out of bed and knock it over, and I got pee everywhere or something like that. But
that's also a downside of doing
I don't know
that.
why you're walking into your room and just taking pulling off swigs of bottles left and right.
Because I typically have only liquids in my room that I can drink, that I should drink.
Why do you keep any food in your room?
Liquids.
Yeah, why do you keep any food or liquid in your room?
Just get thirsty.
That's how you get rats, buddy.
Well, more food.
Okay.
My final one, it's a 3-fer. 3-in-1.
No. That's not. No, that does not count.
Hear me out. Because they're all very related.
No, it has to be one.
No.
It's one.
It's a 3-for-1.
No, it's not a 3-for-1. It's one. You have to pick one.
All right, fine. Well, what I originally had was shampoo, conditioner, and body wash because they're all like similar things that you rub on your body in the shower.
You could have just said like. I think the one phrase that you could use to describe all of them would be like clean, like some sort of body cleaner or something like that.
All right, body cleaner, shampoo,
wash, soap, basically soap.
Okay, soap. So my fourth one is soap.
Yeah, soap.
All
right, that makes sense. That's the first one that you have said that people do not actually consume on purpose.
I have a story. As a kid, I would just take showers. Curious about I'm putting this stuff in my hair. Cleans my hair. I wonder what it tastes like. Drank it.
I've accidentally
immediately vomited.
Yeah, I've accidentally you're washing your hair, shampoo. It kind of just like trickles into your mouth a little bit, and you know what? That's why you got to get you have to get tea tree or mint shampoo, because then if it gets into your mouth, it's just like putting out a slab of toothpaste in there. It just freshens everything up. It doesn't taste very good, but it leaves you feeling refreshed.
Yeah. I'll keep that in mind next time I intentionally drink shampoo.
Yeah. All right. Well, overall, I feel like yours were kind of stupid and frankly broken and boring. I didn't feel like you brought much pizzazz to that. I felt like I actually went and saw the actual Mount Rushmore, and I was like, oh, okay, a bunch of dead presidents. Great. Who cares? That's ridiculous. I feel like with my list, with my Mount Rushmore, I'm going to bring a lot more flavor and personality to this.
All right, hit us with it.
I must say before we start, I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have a total of 8 listed.
Oh, I also have 8.
So I have to. I'm kind of like deciding. I've been deciding up until this moment which ones I should be eliminating. And so I think this is going to be interesting. I think I'm going to take. Okay, so I'm going to start with the ones that I'm eliminating. There's not going to be any reasoning. I'm just going to tell you the ones that I'm crossing off the list.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so off the list, first one off the list is glue. kids eat it all the time. Shouldn't eat it, but
Yeah.
but I felt like that was worth noting.
Not that special.
I've never had it. I've never tasted glue before. I don't know what it tastes like.
It never really appealed to me either.
The other one I'm going to take off is because you put it on there as well. I'm going to take off blood. This is going to be a tough one now. I think I'm going to take off keyboard cleaner. Probably because it was a little bit of cheating. It's liquid when it's in the can, but it's a duster. It really doesn't do it. It's just basically just oxygen that you're spraying.
Yeah. Turns into air when it comes out.
Yeah. So that leaves me now with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have one more that I have to eliminate. And I think I'm going to go with Windex, which, for those unfamiliar, is a window cleaner made famous by the hit movie My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Those Greeks love the Windex. They're always talking about the Windex and how they want to drink it and how they want to put it on their bodies and whatnot. But I felt not worth mentioning.
This is getting quite educational. There's a lot to learn from this.
Okay, so that leaves me with my 4. Okay, so no particular order. Number 1 is molten lava. By no means or any circumstance should you be drinking molten lava, unless it's a molten lava cake, chocolate lava cake. But this is molten lava, which
like the stuff you find in a volcano.
Yeah. You know, those poor villagers of Pompeii, they got to experience drinking molten lava, probably unwanted. But
I'd ask them what it tasted like, but they're all dead. So
yeah. That's too bad. Okay, so molten lava, check. Next is hot brown from my hole. That's what I have written. No, there's other phrases that you can use. I didn't want to get too graphic, but you could also use, juicy brown liquid, diarrhea, fecal spray. There's a whole bunch of other names of you. I don't really want to get too much into it, but you shouldn't drink that.
Why?
Probably because it'll just result in the same thing. Well, first it'll come out your front and then it'll come out your back, but you'll feel the repercussions on both ends.
Yeah.
All right, so check that off the list. I feel like that probably, that's debatable. That was on the line of almost getting eliminated. Next, we have WD-40. The only memory I have of WD-40 is I used to put it on the bottom of my sled all the time as a kid before I went sledding, because apparently that was supposed to make you go faster.
I think it does. Worked for me.
Yeah, it does work. It's been proven.
It does have uses.
It's been proven by science to work. Other uses for WD-40, any really sort of lubricant that you need on, whether it's, a joint, a gear, just any surface that's rubbing against another surface, you're going to want to put some WD-40 on that to make it worth your while, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I wouldn't suggest putting it on any sort of fleshy type
I would not suggest
fabric.
putting it on a penis.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't going to go that far. That's, no, don't put it on that.
Yeah.
Unless you're clean shaven. Maybe then.
Just
keep
stay away from it entirely, yeah.
Keep it away from just keep it away from your urethra. That's going to cause all sorts of problems if that creeps up in there.
Liquids should only come out of there, not in.
Yeah. Okay, and then the last one I have is gasoline.
Is that 4 or 5?
That's 4.
Oh, okay, 4. All right. Well, yeah. I think gasoline was definitely the most pragmatic of your picks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really no explanation for that. Just shouldn't drink it. Although those fire breathers at the circus and whatnot, they probably drink tons of it.
Oh, supposed to like water to them.
Yeah, it's just they're immune to it. But yeah, I think my list was miles ahead of yours.
You see, I just think we took two different approaches to
I
this.
know.
Clearly,
I think you tried to be disgusting with it, and I was more pragmatic about it.
No. I was about to say I was significantly more pragmatic. When
No.
I think of liquids,
All you did was body fluids.
if I have a child like my son and I tell him, "Hey, little Andy, you shouldn't be drinking this stuff," I'm not going to tell him not to drink molten lava.
But that's a
He's
cool
not an idiot.
liquid. That's a cool liquid.
Well, it's a hot
That was a
liquid,
pun.
actually.
That was a pun.
Uh-huh.
It's a cooler choice. It was a very cool. That's like star football player of at the high school. That's that pick. That's what that is. That's
okay.
That's the Abe Lincoln of all of the Mount Rushmore right there, because it's the coolest one.
My pick of soap was the leader of the debate team.
Yeah, that's the one that
okay.
gets pantsed and punched in the face and shoved into a locker because it's an idiot and nobody wants to see that crap. Get it out of my face. I don't want that. Why? I already know not to eat soap.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need somebody telling me that. Also, soap is also in solid form as well, so I was also cheating a little bit too.
That's why I said shampoo.
Whatever. I don't care. People.
Anywho, clearly my list is better, but we can drop that.
No. In no way is your list better. Not even close.
Here.
I will die on that hill.
Okay.
All right, so
I guess
let's just clean slate. We're
Clean
going
slate.
clean slate. We're collaborating now. We're building our own Mount Rushmore of liquids that you should not drink or ingest.
Okay.
So I think molten lava definitely needs to be on there. That's the bad boy of the Mount Rushmore.
That's the Bart Harley Jarvis.
Yeah, that's the bad boy of the Mount Rushmore. When people are like, driving by to go see this, they're like, ugh, molten lava. Yeah.
I wish I was that
And then
guy.
and the dad and the mom are like, molten lava. And then the kids in the back are like, yeah, molten lava.
Oh, I want to be like him when I grow up.
Exactly,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
exactly.
I can get behind molten lava. I'm thinking.
So you're saying yes?
Yes.
Okay, it's on there.
I'm not saying I respect your choice, but I think it can go on the Mount Rushmore.
All right, I'm going to write it down as part of the official.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put molten lava.
All right. So,
do you have a recommendation?
I was thinking maybe one bodily fluid on this Mount Rushmore.
I think one is enough.
And I was feeling urine.
I don't think it should be urine because people do drink their own urine to survive. You could essentially drink your own urine. You don't it's not a necessity, but you could if you wanted to.
But should you?
Yeah, I mean, no, you shouldn't. But it just feels it feels like cheating. It just feels like you're. It's a gag. It's like, oh yeah, drinking pee. Ha 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 ha. Don't do that. Don't drink your own pee.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas something like, I might go maybe go back to glue, because that was a classic.
Classic.
People get in trouble for drinking glue.
Well, also,
You were reprimanded as a child if you drank glue. You were slapped on the wrist with a ruler by your headmaster and said, "No, don't do that."
Mm-hmm.
And it's shaped who kids were. It's shaped who I am, even though I never drank glue.
It changed their lives.
But what would I be like today if I had drank glue at some point when I was a child?
I imagine your intestines might be a bit more
what
damaged.
I'm trying to say is it can change your life
Hmm.
for the better or for the worse.
Almost definitely for the worse in every situation.
Which only backs my point that it's a poster child for liquids that you shouldn't drink.
The only issue I have with glue is that once it hardens, it kind of becomes like that weird middle ground.
But it's not a solid when you're drinking it. Nobody's chipping the dried glue off of a paper and eating it. They're only drinking it because it looks cool when it's a liquid.
Okay.
All right, maybe we'll table that and
Yeah,
we'll
come
table,
back to that
we'll
one.
table and come back to it.
I'm still on this urine train.
No, urine is not happening. If we're gonna do a bodily fluid, I think it should either be blood or hot brown.
Definitely not hot brown.
Okay, I'm willing to give up hot brown because it's a little vulgar, frankly.
Yeah. I already used one vulgar term on the podcast.
Yes, you
no
did,
more.
And
more.
It was a hard one too.
It was the hard P.
In more ways than one, yes.
Okay, so, okay, if you're not for urine, give me your argument for why blood is over urine.
I think it's more like it's more exotic. It's a little bit more,
How is it exotic if there's more of it than urine?
No, I mean like in the sense that it's like mysterious a little bit,
Oh, so it's the
like
wild
it's
card.
like a what are those Kinder eggs? You crack them open, and it's like, oh, there's all this blood in here. You slice open your arm, and it's like, oh, what's all this goo? I wonder what it tastes like.
Oh, you mean those Kinder Joy eggs that are like banned in the...
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
I've never seen blood in any of those, but...
No, but I'm saying it's like, a Kinder egg, you crack it open, it's got cream or whatever the hell is in there. And then, you slice, you're at Walmart and you're going through the candy aisle and, those Mike and Ikes are just sticking too far out. You slice open your bicep on it and you got goo coming out of you and you're going, oh, what is that? And you take a little swab with the pinky, dab it on the tongue.
Yeah.
I feel like, that's that's an experience worth going through.
Okay.
Do you have a rebuttal?
Okay, I'll give you. You have gotten me a bit more convinced with
why,
blood.
if maybe you try and sway me with urine. You have not tried to do that with anything yet. You kind of just like sat there and said, "No, mine's better." Like an 8th grade bully, going through the lunch line.
Okay. Let me hit you with this.
Okay.
So you said that people do drink urine.
Yeah.
We're going over liquids you should not drink. The only time people drink urine is when they are
in desperate need.
Literally the last option.
Yeah.
Stranded in the ocean, stranded in the desert.
Yeah.
Stranded anywhere.
Yeah. You know what what I keep thinking about though when I hear urine and why you shouldn't drink it? I keep thinking of that bit from Jackass where Danger Aaron pees on a snow cone and then eats it.
Anything they do on Jackass is something you should not do.
That's fair. You know what? That's fair. I think. You know what? Okay, I will. I've come to terms with possibly putting urine on here. I think I agree with you that if there's going to be a bodily fluid on here, it should probably be urine.
Blood is a very strong argument, but I think urine just slightly edges it out.
I think so too.
Okay.
You've swung me.
All right. Now, this is an interesting one I had on my list. I didn't include it in my Mount Rushmore, but I had it on there. Toilet water.
Oh.
Now you see dogs.
Dogs, like it's associated with dogs so much.
Well, we're saying liquids humans should not drink. Because dogs can't listen to this podcast.
What about all those dumbass nerds and geeks and dweebs that are getting swirlies every single, I think I saw a statistic on Wikipedia that says every 2 minutes some dumbass kid gets a swirly in the United States. Mm-hmm. So what about all of them? They're drinking pounds of it. They're drinking quarts of toilet water.
Statistically, nerds have a higher probability of ingesting toilet water than cool kids, jocks,
Yeah, for sure. Or just normal people in general.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
As opposed to those dweebs getting their heads bounced off of lockers walking down the hallway because they got glasses and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Now, the only thing is, I've never drank toilet water. I don't really know what separates it from regular water.
I think it's the fact that it
is in a toilet.
Basically comes from the sewer, I guess. I don't know.
I don't really know much about the whole piping and all that involved.
Well, if anything, all it does is just it's recycled, but it also just comes from the top of the toilet.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right. definitely something you shouldn't drink.
I don't know. I feel like that's just too mundane. You know,
Too mundane.
It's not a heavy hitter. It doesn't carry enough weight to be on Mount Rushmore.
So, would you say that salt water is a heavy hitter? Because that is probably the most abundant liquid you shouldn't drink.
I don't think that should be. It's not. Again, doesn't carry enough weight to really make it worth my while to put it on Mount Rushmore.
Pound for pound, I'd say there's more salt water.
It's a liquid. You'd have to say quart
liquid
for
ounce
quart.
for liquid
quart,
ounce.
Quart for quart.
Quart for quart. Liquid ounce for liquid ounce.
Liter for liter.
Liter for liter. Pint for pint.
Yeah.
There is more salt water than any other liquid that you shouldn't be drinking.
I know, but I'm saying like it doesn't sway. It doesn't convince me. Like if I'm looking at liquids that you should not drink and you tell me salt water, I'm thinking, oh, that's a little underwhelming. You know? It's like putting, let
me ask you this.
John Adams on
Does
Mount Rushmore.
Does Thomas Jefferson, does he knock your socks off whenever you see his face on Mount Rushmore?
Well,
like,
it's whoa. When you look at what he's done, yeah.
Well, when you look at what saltwater's done,
it just sits there in the ocean.
Yeah. Kind of like Thomas Jefferson just sits there on Mount Rushmore with his stupid face.
No, what? No.
His stupid stone face.
Let's move on here. All right, we're not coming to a conclusion on saltwater.
Okay. All right.
I want to come back to gasoline.
Gasoline is something I can get behind.
Yeah.
100%.
Because that's like an A1, like if you saw somebody drinking gasoline, you would most likely think that they have some sort of mental illness.
Yeah.
So.
Now, huffing it, another story entirely.
That's not drinking. That's, that's like drinking paint or something, which maybe we should have considered. Paint?
We'll come back to paint.
We'll come back to paint. Should I put gasoline on the official?
I think gasoline is a definite addition.
So we're at 2 of the 4, unless I think I'm okay with putting urine on there.
Yeah.
So right now we have molten lava, urine, and gasoline, and we're just coming up with this last one. Yeah. And we brought up a good point right before which was paint.
Paint. Variety of colors.
Yeah, it just looks pretty. Like it looks like something that you would want to drink. But it would kill you if you did.
Yeah. I think it's got a lot more of that X factor than glue does.
Exactly. Yes. Yes. I mean, if you look at what we have already suggested, keyboard cleaner,
stupid.
Windex,
stupid.
What did you have on there?
I had toilet water. I had discharge too.
Discharge?
Yeah.
What, like pus from a wound? What?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But
I don't know.
I don't think that was.
No, yeah.
Yeah. Those, yeah.
Yeah. Well, those the only 2 that you didn't say?
Oh, I had battery acid. I had watery diarrhea, which is the same thing as hot brown.
Hot brown, yes.
I had soap. I had a different than shampoo, conditioner, body wash, and I had dish detergent.
Detergent is like the same thing as soap, really.
Yeah. I didn't think any of those really carried the weight that paint does.
No, certainly not. I can't believe I didn't think of paint before.
Yeah.
Because it's a liquid that's all around you, especially lead paint.
It's on all these walls.
A stone cold killer.
Stone cold
lead
killer.
paint.
Paint is deadly.
And it comes in all four. I mean, I think when I think of paint, I think it's fair to assume that we're also including, stains and varnishes and things like that.
Anything that you put on a wall to give it a color, texture, that sort of thing.
Yes, yes. So I really like paint.
I think if we were to include paint on our list, it would definitely be like the serial killer of the 4.
Yes.
The most violent, aggressive.
The most controversial, it would be like if you put, if you had I don't want to give any spoilers away about what other topics we're going to go over, but if you had a best, a Mount Rushmore for athletes, this would be like the OJ.
Yeah.
Almost to that effect, It's, It's a heavy hitter. As we get a shout out from Bob Bortel walking by the studio. So I think I'm comfortable putting Paint.
I'm very fine with Paint
as the final nail in the coffin that is this episode. So just to quickly go over our official Mount Rushmore for liquids that you shouldn't drink. In no particular order.
No particular order.
Molten lava, urine, gasoline, and paint.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a pretty good. I think that's a fair showing of.
That's a damn good list.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good.
All right. Well, now that we've settled it, come to a fantastic Mount Rushmore of liquids that you shouldn't drink. You can find the rest of our podcasts online. And Max Marco, Andrew Bailey, Mount Rushmore of. See ya. See ya. See ya. See ya.